Okay, let's have another round here. Dungeon Crawl Stone Soup. I am having to use a different keyboard this time. I'm hoping there won't be as much or too much background noise with the keyboard. This keyboard should be quiet, but it's not as quiet as my other one. There's also a rainstorm going on, and I've opened the window, so you'll probably hear some breeze. It may be about over at this point, but we will see what happens. Anyway, so I did look it up online. I think the War Axe of Electrocution is probably going. Oh wow, is going to be better off. So we're gonna hang on to that for now. Looking at our skill set here, again, we don't have much magic resistance, so it's probably not going to be as good to head further down into the dungeon. I'm willing to take the risk for now, though. Again, I just want to power up as much as I can and see what type of other weapons we can get and see if there's anything else that's really going to offset this game. I feel like I haven't found that much. The god gifts I've received have not been good. Let's take a look at what exactly those look like. We got the flying and the running boots, both very good boots. And the gloves are okay, but nothing really just out of control good. So, we're going to have to see what we can do with what we have and try to make things a little bit... Holy cow. Okay, we're going to drag people up with us now and see what we can do. And fight upstairs here. Where did that come from? There was something that came out of nowhere there. Okay, and it's probably stupid, but there's a sun demon, and let's just go nuts. A lot of the problem here are the summons that we're going to be facing. And I got blinked. I got a force lance. And now that archer, he's going to be a problem no matter what we do. So let's pull him off. Oh wait, I probably went up too fast. We got him. Okay. Here's the warped battle axe. That's what I'm talking about. Know what I'm saying? Let's do this. Do we have a scroll of identified? Nope. Let's take off this shield. See? And let us equip this warped battle axe. Chop, resist poison, brings us down our immunity to fire. That's not good. Ooh, yeah, and now we're in fact more vulnerable to fire. I guess we could compensate that by putting on one of our rings here. I think we have... Where is that? Yeah, ring of protection from fire. But then we're at the same place we were at before. It's not great. Of course, the higher damage on this battle axe is going to be helpful. It is a two-handed weapon, of course. It will increase our dex, and it does do extra damage in terms of chop. Plus, it has resist poison in and of itself. I don't know, man. Having the shield was pretty valuable, though, from what I can tell. Let's roll with the electrocution for now, and we will compare. We'll find a place that's a little safer than this to compare things. That could have been very bad, but we were okay. So here's another one of these guys. Oops, that's not what I meant to do. There we go. And a book of ice. I mean, it's just gonna... Yeah, it's stuff that's way over our heads. We'll rest out here. See if there's anything worth getting out here. There's a shop that may help us in the end. Let's close doors where we can. Scrolls. Scrolls of Identify are always valuable in my opinion. The enchant armor is probably not going to hurt. I believe we have one of these. Surprisingly, the Scroll of Immolation may actually be really good if we can improve... oh wait, we ran out of space. Go figure. Okay, see, I want to keep these net. I'm trying to pick things to throw out, and I want to keep these nets because throwing nets are actually really valuable in the later portion of the game. They're like overpowered. You can trap an orb of fire with these nets, and you know, when you got a Zot run, an orb run, you're being chased by stuff that surprisingly can be tripped up by a net. It's worth having. This Wand of Confusion can probably go. I'm not going to encounter much that's going to be able to do anything that wand will do anything to. Out of scrolls, a Scroll of Fear could still actually have some value. At least in the lair, in the swamp, it probably will. Scroll of Identify is useful. We'll use that here on the potion. Yeah, so now we can drop the potion, and we have a little bit more space here. Scroll of Immolation, and we can move on. Okay, here's another book. Oh, I think that's a decent book. No, it's not. Never mind. Here's a Falchion. I don't want to auto-explore at this point because things are... Here's a Dire Flail of Holy Wrath. Could have been good. I suppose if it was a different brand. Here's a Altar of Vehemet. I guess I haven't seen him yet, have I? Or her? Is Vehemet a... I don't know which gender Vehemet is. Okay. Okay, here we go. And there's that. Let's rest out of this. Whoa, what was I thinking? There's that. Okay. Now, do I have anything? Okay, now we can start identifying some of these wands, so we stop wasting some of their use. So, for example, this Wand of Teleportation, that is that was out. That was out of charges. So it's probably a good thing that we checked that when we checked it. The Wand of Random Effects, we can just drop that outright. That's not going to do us any good. This Morning Star is okay, but we're getting there. I hope I don't find anything that's going to banish me. If we do, I mean, that's just part of the risk we had to run. What is that fog? Sword of Electrocution comes into view. Let's, yeah, this sword is definitely doing more damage. Oh, okay, that's just an... Ooh, see, that's exactly what I was worried about. Luckily we killed it, so... That could have been bad. Vampiric Dagger, that's a good dagger. Too bad none of these guys have anything useful on them. We're making progress, though. How is this mage holding out so long? Oh, it was a Rapier of Speed. He was capable of... There he is. Okay. Come on. Come on over. There Alright. And another gift. A ruined shield. I'm out of those, so let's just equip. Shield of Reflection. Okay. So, as far as I understand what this shield does, it reflects blocked things back in the direction they came from. And I think it depends pretty heavily on your own shield skill and the range that it has. So, for example, if we now enchant this, which I think we ought to, do we have enchant armor? We do. So let's enchant this to 1, 2, 3. I think that's going to dramatically improve our ability to work this out. And that battle axe, as good as it was, in my opinion, you usually want to use a two-handed weapon because there's no sense not to. But the fact is, the shield is giving me such strength here, especially in a place where I face mostly projectiles, that it's not worth giving up completely. And even if I could give it up, even in the late game, I think it's still worth having. So I'm going to hang on to the shield, and we're just going to deal with the one-handed weapons. In the end, you know, a war axe of electrocution, it's not the best weapon out there, but it's good enough. I mean, I think that could be an endgame weapon if it needed to be. So let's just make the decision and go from there. The only other problem I'm experiencing here is how to get through the swamp, although we're starting to get powered enough that we don't need to worry about it. See, there's a rune door. Ooh, I don't know what that's. That's going to be trouble, I can tell. I don't think I'll go into a rune door. Okay. You know what? At this point, guys, I'm just going to run the risk. And we'll just see exactly what it is that we got ourselves. Oh, no, now I know what this is. That's the Hall of Blades. You know, it may be worth checking it out. So, Trident of Piercing. It may be worth just drawing stuff out individually here. Because if we can get, you know, every one of these weapons is going to be a branded weapon. Glaive of Pain. That could actually be a very dangerous weapon. Got to be careful here. This is actually a very dangerous enemy. Covered in liquid flames. So let's heal out of that. See, an anti-magic glaive. That could be short sword of draining. Could have been a very good weapon for the late game. Like if you're a worshiper of Trog, that glaive would have been useful. These are all pole arms. Oh. Alright, I think I need to retreat for a little while. Really walk into that cloud of seething chaos? Nah, I'll pass on that. Now we're a bit short on hunger here. Yeah, it's kind of dumb trying to work our way through the Hall of Blades. I don't know what I'm thinking. Let's just tuck our way back here. See if we can see this that the shield right there just saved us. I mean, it could have been a real problem. All right, let's see what we got here. Again, line of sight is your biggest ally in this game, in my opinion. There's so many enemies in this Hall of Blades, though, that it's kind of a bad idea to get too far in here and expect to be able to escape, you know? Ugh, I hate these archers, man. Drive me nuts. Yeah, I think this electricity weapon was good. So yeah, I guess in my last video I was talking about Googling everything. I'm okay with Googling stuff, it turns out. Ooh. Okay, so that's an executioner's axe of freezing. That does a ton of damage. I mean, there's no other way to say that. That does a lot of damage, and being able to have that would be good. Still not crazy about it. And dire flail of crushing. See, that might be worth having too. Let's get rid of this dire flail. Pick up the dire flail of crushing, and we may now have what we need, what we were looking for in the swamp. You know what I mean? Here, let's get line of sight, and now we can. It's not exactly one of flaming like I was hoping. Now let me make sure this dire flail is. Oh, it's a two-handed weapon. What was I thinking? Blah 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 blah. I can't remember what the syntax is to search for a one-handed weapon. I do not remember. Okay. Let's see if we can get him to come visit us. How did he send us berserk? How did that happen? Trying to find out how that happened. Was it, maybe it, well, that's weird. Being the intelligent guy I am, I'm just going to ignore it and expect that problem to go away. That's generally how problems are solved, right? Just ignore it. It's no big deal. There's a flail of draining. Actually, that might be even better than a dire flail of crushing. That is a one-handed weapon. So we can drain any Hydra. Oh, man. Okay, let's retreat. These guys are indeed a problem, but let's at least get them into a place where I can control the outcome. This guy's a wuss. Come on. Come on. I saw a battle axe or something. Could have sworn. Ooh, uh-oh. What was I thinking? Here, let's do this. These guys do a ton of damage. Your finesse ends abruptly. I wonder what that is. No, I'm. Okay, let's check it out here. A red film seems to cover your vision as you go berserk. Your finesse ends abruptly. You feel yourself moving faster. You feel mighty. But there's no explanation of how or why I went berserk. Is that common now? I mean, can we... greatly increases combat speed. Duration is increased by invocation skill. I honestly don't have an answer for that. I don't know how that happened or what that was. And if they have Blade Masters back here, I probably shouldn't be messing around with this. But I think I'm almost done. So, yay for stupid decisions. And there's that flail where we were getting... There's that battle axe. Okay, let's get him. There's a dire flail of crushing. Let's retreat so that we are close to the exit. Just in case. Yeah, I mean, Lagitang. Oh, it's a Lagitang of distortion too. That's not good, man. Okay, now I think, what does, that increases combat skills. What does, I think there's a potion of like resistance or cancellation. I want to see what this, a potion which grants temporary resistance to a variety of harmful effects. Fire, cold, electricity, poison, and acid, but that's not magic. What about cancellation? You know what, lignification might do it too. Is very resilient, low rooted, cannot teleport. Okay, I think what I'm going to do. So this is just a War Axe of Chopping and Holy Wrath. These guys we don't need to worry about. It's this guy that I'm worried about. Distortion can be a big problem. So let's drink that and let's see what that. Okay, so we survived any potential for distortion there. That worked out fine. Stuff unmelds from your body. Yeah. Okay. A Lagitang of distortion. Man alive. That's a dangerous weapon. Now that I've faced everything, why wouldn't I managed to luck out. Alright, you want to go invisible? That's fine, my friend. Hero. Okay, whatever. I think we're close enough now. I think we have what we need, really. Let's head back to the swamp, or just outside the swamp. Oh, hungry. Eat bread rash. Let's go back. And let's dive in and see what we can do. Now, if we run into... if we run into these hydras, we have a couple of options. I think the flail of draining is going to be our best bet. The maces and flails, that has cross-trained. 15.2 is what that's at now anyway, and if I remember right, the flail maximum skill is reached at 14. So it's not the best weapon, but we can at least drain the hydra that way, and maybe we have a chance of beating it then. I don't know. If I'm wrong, I'm wrong. But so here we go. So let's put on the flail of draining. Yeah, I think this is definitely the way to go. Okay. I feel way better about that now. I mean, at least we have a way of dealing with them now. It's not a good way. If we were to get swamped, I think. Swamped, get it? If we were to be surrounded, I think it'll be a problem. But the only other thing we really need is resistance. Magic resistance. That was redundant. But at least we can move on now. Swamp worm. Alright. And here's that mangrove. What causes me to go berserk? I really don't understand that. The red film seems to cover your vision as you go berserk. I really don't get that. You know, maybe it's something that I now have that I don't... that I now have equipped that I haven't identified yet. Like, it... Oh, no. This guy's a problem. Oh. I didn't notice that Hydra come up. That's a huge problem. Darn it all. Okay. Let's put on the flail. And, then we can drain this guy too. And now we can equip our electrocution. And we took him down. And now we have a glowing battle axe. And we are nice and poisoned. And we also got dragon scales. Okay, let's see what we can drop here. So the dire flail can go, I think. And let's just use that to take a look at the swamp dragon scales. Resistance to poison is granted. Wearing mundane of this armor type will give you the following. 10 AC. Base armor rating is 7. And the encumbrance rating is 7. And I believe on the plate mail, encumbrance rating is 18. Yeah. And the base armor rating is only 3 more. But it gives 5 more armor. Wearing mundane armor of this type will give you the following. 15 AC, plus it gives me resistance to negative energy. But the other thing gives me resistance to poison. So, generally speaking, what I do is I add the AC and the evasion together and see which value is higher when I'm choosing between armors. So, 30 and 7 is 37, of course, and we'll swap it to the Swamp Dragon. 24 and 10 is 34. So it's only a 3-point difference. Generally, however, AC is more valuable than Evasion is. Evasion doesn't really do that much for you in the long run. For this type of character, I'm not saying it's not valuable for other class types, but for this class type, I think that's the case. I'm going to hang on to it because I think being able to resist poison is going to be valuable. I don't know, the loss of 6 armor is kind of a big deal. And I don't know if poison stacks. I think poison resistance does stack though, so maybe it's worth it. I don't know. Maybe we'll just hang on to it for now and see what we get. We also need to pick through some of our weapons here because I keep hanging on to too many of these. So freezing can go. We're gonna hang on to the two-handed stuff for now. Let's actually take off the shield and let's equip this this God Gift, Battle Axe of Chopping. So that's nothing. And the Executioner's Axe is just a +1 Executioner's Axe of Freezing. But the damage is just so high on this thing. I mean, look at this. The base damage is 18, 5 higher than well, I think it's either 5 or 8 higher. Although we would have a delay. See, but then we lose the shield benefit. So I'm going to equip for now the War Axe and the Good Shield. I'm going to drop the Battle Axe. Whoops. I'm going to drop the Battle Axe of Chopping. The Arbalist isn't going to do me much good if I don't use two-handed weapons. And of course the same with the Executioner's Axe and the Battle Axe. The Battle Axe, I don't think in the end is going to be useful. So I still have to really decide whether I'm going to go two-handed or not. The shield Shield of Reflection is really good though, so I don't know. I'm going to hang on to the plate armor of positive energy for now. The Swamp Dragon can be enchanted up to +10, I believe, so that can go all the way up to, giving us that much more armor, but then again, so can the plate mail. Protection from fire we want to hang on to. Scrolls we always want to hang on to just because those often are a get out of jail free card. And that Phantom Mirror, I don't know why I'm hanging on to it, but I want to hang on to it, alright? There is a scroll. Okay, and here's a book. Yeah, it's animating dead and all that stuff, so. Teleport trap, done exploring. Next floor. Okay, now, again, these guys are pretty dangerous. And they can force us to remain in some clouds. So I'm going to immediately go here. Wait for him to pop up so I can charge him. Oh, no. Francis is a problem. Okay. Well, let's find out what he does. V? What is it? X? Yeah. V. Duchess of Pandemonium. Stout warrior once bested a powerful Lord of Pandemonium in combat. Gaining control of the demon's realm and Thanes. The battle left her with a deep facial scar, one that she carries as a badge of honor. Pretty strong magic resistance. AC is about normal. HP is about normal. She can see invisible. She has a number of spells like Summon Demon. Here's what I'm going to need to do. Based on how much damage she just did, I am going to need to get out of here because I believe she can she took down a significant amount of damage just now. Throw Icicle, Iron Shot, that's a problem too. And she can haste herself. So I'm going to read a Scroll of Teleportation. I'm going to quaff Heal Wounds just to try to keep that high. I'm going to attack her. So that barely moved us, but that may give us the leverage we need to get some space. Yeah. Brave Sir Robin bravely ran away. Okay, guys, I think that's it for today. I'm sorry these sessions are a bit short, but I appreciate you watching. And I will see you guys next time. Thanks.